A football ground where you've got Ben and Jerry's girls walking around the concourse, popcorn. It's like going to the O2 to watch a show.
Bane, a chain around our neck.
It doesn't feel like it's not a football stadium, and it's just a case of getting the season out of the way.
If it was up to me, I'm quite happy to not have a new stadium and just stayed at White Hart Lane.
There was no choice for Spurs in terms of moving forward and generating the kind of money we need to become the football club that we all want us to be without building a new stadium. So there was an alternative that was to move away for a season. And the options were ultimately this place, Wembley, or a ground share with Arsenal. You know, if you asked any supporter, it was always going to be Wembley, always going to be Wembley. And now we're here, the kind of reality sets in, and perhaps it isn't the home away from home that we thought it might be.
I think playing at Wembley is the best of a bad situation. It's never ideal moving out your home ground, but I think when you look at the options we were considering, like we never really wanted to go to the Olympic Stadium. That was never really a runner. I think Levy used that maybe as a stick to try and leverage what he did for the new stadium. Don't want to go to Milton Keynes, long way away. Wembley's not too bad. It's fine. National Stadium. It's got the size. From that perspective, Levy did a good job by us.
When people think of Wembley, they think it's an incredible place. It's the National Stadium. It's the home of football in Great Britain, the place that created football, soccer, as we know it. And it is all of that. I mean, it's an incredible football stadium, but it's not ours.
It's just not home, is it? You're just missing home, travelling to White Hart Lane, you're just used to it, it's like a routine.
At White Hart Lane, a Spurs fan will tell you it's about the horse shit on the ground, the smell of the horses. It's about fans congregating around pubs drinking terrible beer. It's about the horrible journey for the away fans coming to White Hart Lane that they all hate. It's about them being funneled into their away end. And that's what was beautiful about the place. I loved the fact that it was dirty and horrible and people hated coming there. And coming to a lovely stadium like this, no doubt it is. I mean, in terms of stadium architecture, it's beautiful. But when you're walking down and you go in the stadium and you see popcorn stands, you see red seats everywhere, it chips away at that part of being at home.
Every game seems like an away game. It's not our stadium. We're missing White Hart Lane massively.
What I miss, the atmosphere, just superb. I always used to sit in the South Lower and it was just rocking pretty much most weeks, all the time. And you just don't get that here. I don't know why.
It's not the same as White Hart Lane. White Hart Lane had that feeling, that atmosphere. Wembley's great and it's nice and it's different, but it's not home. So we'll do it for a year. We're looking forward to going back though.
I don't want to sound like this sort of moany prick, and I am coming across like that. I understand that. I don't want to sound like that, but ultimately we're going in and having to play at a football stadium that doesn't belong to us. It belongs to England. And what actually happens is that some of the magic of playing at the National Stadium, the FA Cup finals, even the FA Cup semi-finals, it's lost for Spurs. Coming in week out to play at that stadium is a challenge and takes away the advantage that you have from playing at home. And on nights like this against Real Madrid, it should feel incredible, but for me, there's something missing.
The nights at the Lane we did last year, a couple of years ago with Inter Milan, and that was just phenomenal. But I think it's the best of a bad situation, but we do it. We want to go back. We want a new stadium. We want to have 60,000 fans, cheering us on against the likes of Real Madrid, Inter Milan, the big clubs. That's what we want, and that's what Levy's building towards.